And when you're ready, take a breath in and circle the arms out and up overhead. Bring your palms together, look up. As you exhale, the hands come down in front of the chest. We'll do that again, breathing in, sweep the arms up and look up. And as you exhale, the hands lower down. One more big circle with the arms. Inhale up and exhale down. Take your fingertips down to the mat, and as you inhale, right arm sweeps over to the left. Coming back up, and then the left arm goes over to the right. So you can move with your breath. Breathe in as you lift, and breathe out as you go into the side bend. Keep the hips grounding, and start to think about opening up from the hip through the waist into the ribs. That sense of space through the side body. The last one. This time as you come back up, release the hand down. We'll make our way onto hands and knees. And if you want padding under the knees, you can leave your blanket on the mat. Otherwise, pop it out. Get yourself into a tabletop with the wrists below the shoulders, knees below the hips. Breathe out as you round your spine, tuck your chin to your chest. And as you inhale, let the belly dip down, lift your tailbone, lift your gaze. Exhale, start from the tailbone, rounding up through the back body, tucking the chin. And as you inhale, lifting the tailbone, letting the belly lower, chest forward, gaze up. Take a couple more rounds like that, back and forth with your breath, bringing as much movement into the spine as you can. Really stretching out through the upper body. And then this time, as you round into the spine, send your hips back towards your heels. Bend the elbows out. Scoop forward as you inhale and right back up to tabletop. And exhale, rounding the spine, send the hips back. You're breathing in as you scoop forwards and breathing out as you go back. And you're making that movement nice and fluid. And just noticing how it feels in the joints. Really getting the joints warmed up this morning. And as you move, noticing how the energy is today. Have you noticed any effect from the new moon energy? As your hips go to your heels, hold it here. Slide the hands forward. And then see, can you let your forehead rest down? So if it comes to the floor, rest it there. If it doesn't, you can put something underneath the forehead. We'll take just a few breaths in Balasana, child's pose. A nice long stretch of the back. Releasing along the length of the spine and down into the lower back. With your next in-breath, make your way back up to tabletop. Tuck your toes under, and as you exhale, take your knees off the floor into downward facing dog. In downward dog, take a slow pedal of the legs, bending and straightening from side to side. Nice long stretch down into the lower leg, to the calf muscles, down into the ankle, right down into the heel. Keep going with the pedaling of the legs, a little sway of the hip, the head hanging, the neck nice and long. And then coming back into center, as you inhale, come forward to a high plank. Get your shoulders over the wrists, the hips down in line with the spine. Let the knees come to the floor, release the toes to point back, and then slowly lower with control all the way down to the belly. And give yourself a little bit more space with the hands. Feel free to bring them forward or out a little bit wider or both. And as you inhale, gentle lift of the chest into cobra. That's it. As you exhale, lower back down, nice and slow. Now keep the tummy muscles working. Inhale, peel the spine up. And as you exhale, lower it back down. Let's do one more like that. Inhale, lifting, vertebra by vertebra. Exhale as you lower. And then readjust the hands, bring them back a little, press back to tabletop. It's an out breath that takes you up into downward facing dog. And we're going to walk the feet up towards the top of the mat. If you want to walk the hands back to meet the feet, you can. And we'll come into that forward fold. Let the arms be heavy. Fingertips can be on the floor if they come to the floor. And sway your upper body right to left. Come back into center. Take a small bend in the knee. As you inhale, roll your spine up to standing. Keep the core working as you roll up. Once you get to the top, sweep the arms out and up overhead. We'll interlace the fingers, point the first finger up to the ceiling, Kali Mudra. And as you breathe out, reach over to the right into a side bend. We'll hold it here. Take a full breath in the pose. And with your next in-breath, come back up. And exhale, reach over to the left. Take a breath in the pose. Inhale, back up.